And now I will introduce our amazing leader and our executive director, my good friend, Heather Grossman.
Thank you, Eric, for your remarks. I'm Heather Grossman, the Executive Director of the American Institute for Stuttering. It's essential for us to take some time this evening to talk about what is true and not true about stuttering. In an age where equity, diversity, and inclusion are considered standard practice, somehow people who stutter are left behind. As a society, we know it is not okay to laugh at someone with a physical disability. Yet, people commonly make derogatory remarks and mock stuttering. We see it in the media. Even in zero-tolerance classrooms, kids get away with teasing and bullying the kid who stutters. Stuttering was first depicted as an iceberg by the late Joseph Sheehan. He was a speech therapist who himself stuttered. Like a real iceberg, only a very small piece is observable. These are the things that are obvious when someone stutters, the repetitions, the ums, the prolongations, and blocks. But like an iceberg, you cannot see what lies beneath the surface. You cannot see what is going on in the mind of a stutterer. And we've learned as therapists that there's a lot going on. The person is thinking and planning and worrying. I better be fluent. What if I get stuck on my name? What's going to happen? All sorts of mental gymnastics. We've heard that term already twice this evening. Also hidden are the things the person avoids doing, such as introducing themselves at a party or ordering over the phone or just telling a nice long joke. Deep below are emotions such as anger, frustration, and shame, and negative, self-defeating thoughts about oneself. These often include believing that stuttering makes you look less intelligent. Those of us who don't stutter can't really fully understand what this could be like, but the word I hear my clients describe over and over when they talk about their stuttering is shame. And I think we can all relate to that feeling and what it might feel like to feel the need to hide that from others. So if you can just indulge me for a minute, please raise your hand if you self-identify as a person who stutters. Okay, please, great. Now just keep your hand up if you've ever exerted mental and physical energy to conceal that stuttering from others. Wow. Wow, thank you, thank you. So I think we can see that that really is the universality, right? This drive and need to eliminate and conceal stuttering. And we know as therapists that that is the real source of the struggle and tension, not the stutter itself. What do we really know about stuttering? We know it is genetic. It definitely runs in families. The genetic component causes what we might describe as a neurologic glitch in areas of the brain involved in speaking. It is interesting, by the way, that this is partially why people who stutter do not stutter when they sing, as when you're singing, you're using different areas of the brain than when you're speaking. Given that stuttering is one of the few difficulties that we can have that could be potentially revealed in literally every social interaction you have, it would make sense that people would worry about it a lot. Once you've been laughed at while you're stuttering, of course you would try to hide it. While stuttering can most definitely cause a great deal of anxiety, we know that anxiety does not cause stuttering. What not all people know is that those who stutter are no different in terms of intelligence, capabilities, or language skills. And in moments of disfluency, they are in no way forgetting what they want to say. In fact, people who stutter often present a unique perspective that contributes value and diversity. They often develop the skills to be superior listeners, observers, analysts, and empaths. So, how do we melt the iceberg? Traditional speech therapy only focuses on the surface features, and that's kind of like taking a pickaxe to the tip. What we must do is go beneath the surface. At AIS, we first and foremost establish a trusting, emotionally connected relationship with our clients. And with them, we create an individualized, holistic plan for their therapy. We help our clients identify and actively shift the unhelpful thoughts that they have using cognitive therapy exercises. We practice positive self-regard, self-compassion, healthy self-talk. We reduce speaking fears through exposure exercises, which involves things like going out and practicing in the real world, ordering in coffee shops, speaking to people on the street. We work to eliminate avoidance behaviors and the physical crutches that people use to speak. We practice stuttering with less struggle and less anticipation. Our philosophy is if you stutter, we're going to make sure you're really, really good at it. We connect clients with other children and adults who stutter to a very, very true community where they learn they are not alone. They see the data to prove you can be an excellent communicator and stutter at the same time. This deeper work helps eliminate much of the baggage and avoidance that holds people back. Our research confirms this. Those who are the most open about their stuttering and who let themselves stutter openly, these are the ones that have the best quality of life outcome measures. As the person who stutters begins to melt their iceberg, we as a society must begin to warm the waters around them by challenging the stereotypes and biases that still surround stuttering. Disparaging or microaggressive remarks such as, wow, you said that without stuttering, or inappropriate suggestions that are intended to be helpful, such as relax, take your time. Also, impatient, surprised looks. These things all keep the water icy. Keeping a neutral face, normal eye contact, and just listening patiently without jumping in, this makes the water a little warmer. It's time to create more allies for those who stutter. Let's educate others about what stuttering is and what it isn't. Let's make conscious efforts to foster a safe and inclusive atmosphere where people who stutter can express themselves freely without fear of ridicule or judgment. We must remember our words hold great power and need to be mindful of the language we use when we refer to stuttering. And we need to call others out when we hear belittling remarks that perpetuate stereotypes. We can spread education and empathy in our communities. Maybe we can all start to act on this tonight. Thank you so much. It is my privilege to recognize the amazing AIS staff. We were a little squashed up here, so if I could ask you guys to please stand. 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 So I just want to introduce our staff. If you could just raise your hands in the New York office. We have myself, Mark O'Malia. Where are you, Mark? Mark. And Crystal Kubar. We have the director of the Atlanta office right here, Carl Herder. And speech therapist, Margaret Miller. And in our Santa Monica office, just having celebrated its 1-year anniversary just a couple months ago, we have Greg Scott. I also want to point out our financial manager, Banafshe Unger. Where are you, Banafshe? And the person who makes it all run, which is Bridget Scully, our amazing office manager. And I just want to take a special thank you to our fundraisers and event planners and business developers, the strategic muses, Savala Raka and Jill Blasting. Please stand up. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are amazing. So just before I leave, I would just like to remind everyone that the text to give, 44321, all of that money will go directly to scholarships. So everything that comes in tonight will go directly to help an underserved child receive speech therapy. So good to know, right? What? Oh, what is it? Oh, text the word stuttering to 44321. Thank you.